Hey guys, and welcome back. So, today we will be brewing up this very special coffee. This is a Costa Rican Geisha coffee. We are currently live streaming this here on TikTok. We will also post this one out on our YouTube after it's downloaded, and yeah, depends on how this goes. Hey guys, welcome. So today we're just brewing Costa Rican Geisha. So we've got one bag left. It's available on our website. Check it out if you're interested. It's up for $29. So yeah, it's a really special coffee, and it's the last one that El Parch will be roasting. This one is my bag because it's a really nice coffee. So yeah, just on the back here, on the front, it's nice blue, colourful, really cool packaging. I'll have a link down below. So yeah, if you check it out, we've got natural. The process is natural process. We've got the variety of Geisha, the region where it's from, the flavour notes, which is raisin, cherry, and chocolate. This is a filter roasted coffee. It's single origin, roasted in Melbourne. Los Chacon is I believe that's the name of the farmer. Sweet. So yeah, like I was saying, Geisha coffee, pretty rare stuff, but this coffee, this is really nice. Check it out on the website, $29 left. This is the last bag, and we're actually going to do a quick brew. So if you're interested, this is what the beans look like. I've just done a little single dose. There you go. I'll take them out actually just to give you a better view. Guys, if you've got any questions at all, feel free just to drop a comment down below. So yeah, beautiful light roasted coffee. They look a little bit darker than they are. In real life, they're a little bit more brown compared to what you're getting there. It's just the way I'm holding it. But yeah, super nice coffee. Check out the website. One left. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and brew this coffee real quick. Just take out the little thing, tear it out. Should be 15 grams. There we go. Too easy. Guys, you got any questions? Let me know. We're going to be using the Origami Dripper for today's coffee. And I was going to use just this one here, the conical filter, but what I might do is, as a treat, let me just get one. There we go. I'm going to use this one. So this is the Kalita Wave filters. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I've got one or two though. It feels a little thick. It's a little bit tricky with these. They're not the best quality, but unfortunately they're the most cost effective, and yeah. Anyways, there we go. I think that's just the one. Welcome guys. How's it going? We're just brewing up a quick Geisha coffee. This one is from Costa Rica. I'm gonna fill up my kettle. And then we'll get brewing. So yeah, we're doing a pour over style coffee using the Origami Dripper and the Kalita Wave filters. For those of you who are curious, that is the S size Origami Dripper, not the M size. So it's about 1 to 2 cups. And yeah, you can use either the conical or the wave style filters. All right, I'm just gonna get a little spritz of water on these beans. Sweet, 15 grams. And I'm gonna go a little bit coarser because I'm at 18 clicks, so I'm just going to go 19, 20, yeah, that should be about 20, 21. I'm not going to be bothered resetting it at all. Today's it's an easy brew. It's an easy brew day. It's nothing too technical or crazy. If you've got any questions at all about the process, what I'm doing, just got the beans in the jar. Out of the jar, into the grinder. Oops, we add a bit of silver skin, and there we go. Name a country for a edit. A country? I don't understand that, sorry. But this is a Costa Rican Geisha. So let's go with that. Alright, let's get grinding. This is the Comandante MK4, by the way, with the new little, I'm not sure what they're called, support panels. Thanks for all the love hearts. So yeah, there's one bag left on the website. Costa Rican Geisha Los Chacon, $29 for 250 grams. It is a really beautiful coffee, and yeah, we won't have this next week. As soon as it sells, it's out. So yeah, check it out. Don't miss out if you're interested. Literally one bag left. It's suitable for pour over coffee, for filter coffee, but you're also welcome to use it as an espresso if you like. It's a single origin. I'd say it's a medium. It's a light to medium roast, but you can definitely have it as a espresso. You can also, I was actually speaking to El Parch last night, and he said that he's making a cold brew coffee out of this. So I'm keen to try that, that's for sure. Alright, sweet, that's all ground up. Just waiting for our water to finish boiling. Pop these away. This is quality, you know it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Alright. How do you normally brew coffee at home? Do you brew coffee at home? Do you just go cafes? Let me know. If you see any of the gear and you got any questions about the actual coffee, brewers, drippers, anything set up, let me know and I'll get to it. Alright, so just going to pre-wet the filter like a boss. Sweet. Alright, make sure that all of the little tabs are sitting in the folds of the origami, and we're going to get rid of that water. I'm going to pop it into the cup. Alright, there we go. Let that sit and preheat a little bit. Remove all the water. Tear everything out. You want the dripper to be at 0. I know you can't really see it. Maybe if I cover... Anyways, trust me, it's at 0. And there we go. Look at that. Check that out, guys. Is that not beautiful? Little bit chaffy. So see those little I don't see the appeal in coffee when you can just have pre-workout. It's the taste, my friend. You're drinking coffee for the caffeine. No worries. Drink the coffee for the caffeine. Or not. Drink whatever you want for caffeine. But for taste, that's why I drink coffee. So yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of silver skin. See the white parts? That's the lighter color, the yellow. That's the actual silver skin. So that's the chaff inside of the beans, right in the center. And usually that's lighter than the actual beans themselves when they're roasted. So sometimes, depending on the roast, you'll have the outside of the beans. Oh, we're having a little discussion. Pre-workout is for 18-year-old gym junkies. That is true, Polygon, but we all drink coffee for mature taste. We all have coffee for different reasons. You know, some people drink it for the caffeine. There's no harm in doing that. We are just more bougie. Alright, 15 grams in. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, I got my water at 95 degrees, teared everything out, so we're back at 0, and we're going to go in with 50 grams, and we are going to start the timer at the same time as our water comes into contact with the coffee. So this way we're timing our total brew time, and we're also just gauging the way that the water interacts with the bed of coffee. Now I've actually hit 60 grams just because this was only roasted, I believe, 4 days ago. So it's still very bubbly and it's quite difficult to cover everything while Arion has never had a cup of coffee. Arion's my brother. Okay, so you're one of Arion's friends. Alright, we're at 30 seconds. Let's go. In, make it 100. He actually did have a good cup of coffee the other day. I took him to a cafe and he had I think it was a Kenyan coffee, natural Kenyan coffee. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, we've got this lighter color in the center, and it's just a little bit patchy. So it's not like it needs to so yeah, the coffee needs to set for a little bit. But yeah, I was pretty keen to get stuck into this one. Have you guys had Geisha coffee before? So Geisha, it's actually, it refers to the variety of coffee, the varietal. So you've got coffee, which is a plant. Then with that plant, you also have the species, which is Arabica or Robusta, and then after the species, you've got the variety. So this is the variety of Geisha. 80, 90, and 200. So that's where that word comes from. What it refers to, sorry. So yeah, it's light, floral, has really delicate sort of characteristics. Okay, do you like Kenyan or Ethiopian brews more? Considering trying coffee. Well, now's the time to consider and try it, because this is a beautiful geisha. Kenyan or Ethiopian brews more? I prefer Ethiopian natural coffees because they are a lot more floral, whereas, so yeah, let me just get to 250 and I'll let that sit. So yeah, natural Ethiopians, they tend to be a little bit more forgiving. Both of them African coffees, they do have similar characteristics. If you've never had a Kenyan coffee before, you need to try it. And a washed Kenyan, oh my goodness, it's like black currants, super juicy. It's like a smack, you know, how do I describe it? It's like a juice box sort of flavor. Like, it's insane. And when it's brewed correctly, it's delicious. It hits all the right spots. Ethiopian, classic. I've been drinking a lot more Ethiopians compared to Kenyan coffee. And yeah, they're a little bit more forgiving. One thing you got to watch out for with African coffees though, and you've noticed this one hasn't done it so much, Costa Rican, but if it was an African coffee, they tend to either choke up a little bit and take a lot longer to draw down fully. So I've had some coffees sit there for about 6-7 minutes. Just towards the end of the brew, they'll really choke up. Hey, any place in Melbourne you'd recommend for a Kenyan cup? Ooh, check out Lan. There's a place called Lan Thornbury, Lan Cafe Thornbury. It's on High Street, a little bit further down, and they have a couple different coffees. I don't know whether they have a Kenyan, but yeah, either Lan Coffee in Thornbury, or there's another one called Path, Melbourne. Both of those places are, yeah, I'm sure they would have, if they don't have a Kenyan coffee on at the moment, they definitely have a different type of coffee. Or you can buy some beans. Alright, we are going to tear this out we're going to wait for it to cool a little bit, and we're going to answer some more of your questions, talk a bit more about coffee, taste it, see what we get. So that was yielding at 215, a little bit short, but that's not too bad. Right, I'll give Lan, not Land, Lan, L-A-N. Yeah, it's confusing. It's L-A-N and then Thornbury, and you'll see it. I can't access my phone to show you or anything, but yeah, check it out. They have like some really cool pour over coffees. They've got batch brew, and they also have like they'll do pour over. So they'll do this on bar. So you can go there, choose your beans, and they'll actually do it. And I think don't hold me to this, but it is actually really cheap. I think batch brew there is about $4 or $5, so it's not too crazy compared to if you go to somewhere else. It can work up to be about like, I don't know, $19, $20 for a pour over coffee. So yeah, check it out. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, they actually stock this same coffee as well. I don't know whether they're still around, whether they've run out or not, but they definitely did have some of this available. So yeah, if you're lucky, it might still be there. All right, let's give this a try. All right, it's still pretty hot, but straight away, juicy, really juicy, thick consistency. The mouthfeel, it's syrupy. It is a little bit lighter than what I want it to be, and I feel like that's because the beans haven't aged as much, or it could be the temperature that I'm drinking at. But yeah, the brew ratio is spot on for this one. Everything else is, yeah, really nice coffee. It's floral. It's like super aromatic at the moment. Yeah, delicious cup of coffee. As soon as it's going to cool down, I'll be able to get a little bit more. Whoops. But yeah. What else? Do you guys have any other questions? We've got... Yeah, flavor notes listed as raisin, cherry, and chocolate. Not getting the raisin, chocolate, and cherry 100%. Like cherry, it's very fruity. What else? The region, altitude 1,500. So yeah, Massel, meters above sea level. That's what that means, just here. So yeah, sweet. Natural process. Do you guys know much about processing different coffees? The way they're processed or anything? A natural process just means that the way that they extract the cherry, remove the cherry and extract the seed, what they'll do is they'll go ahead and leave them in the cherry to dry out in the sun. So yeah, it absorbs a lot more of that fruitier characteristics when you roast it and brew it. Whereas a washed coffee tends to be a little bit more earthy, and doesn't carry on as much of those fruitier characteristics. So a lot of Ethiopians, really fruity coffees. Sustainably sourced. Great question. Is it sustainably sourced? Okay, so as for a certificate, no. It's, from what I can tell at least, it's not. So it doesn't have any fair trade, and it doesn't have any... what's the other one? Fair trade or ethically certified, nothing. And in the coffee industry, you'll find that a lot of the sort of either smallholders, so farmers who are literally selling their product direct to the roaster or whatever, they won't have that certification because it's too expensive to acquire. So in order to acquire a fair trade certificate, you need to actually pay them. And that cost is usually held by the farmer, and that's why they don't do it. It's just not feasible. So what they do is that whenever you see a coffee that has fair trade or whatever, usually it's done by a larger roaster who is actually paid for that certification. And yeah, so there's nothing to say that this coffee isn't fair traded or is fair traded, or ethically sustainably sourced, but it is working. In my opinion, it is actually better not to have that certificate. So for instance, the roaster here, he's a local Melbourne guy. He actually works directly with the farmers. He contacts them, he calls them, he's got them on Instagram, and it's a lot more buying direct. So buying direct is probably the most influence that you can have from a sustainable sort of point of view, because you are directly working. There's no middleman, there's nothing else. It's just you and the farmer. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Let's give it another try. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit more raisin. I think did it say raisin? I don't know. I'm getting a little bit more raisin. It's kind of like that winey sort of characteristic to it. But yeah, it's still really fruity. It's still really fruity, really, sweet cup of coffee. It reminds me, I would not be surprised if this was a honey coffee. It actually reminds me of like a honey processed coffee or something that's really, really sweet and thick, syrupy. I'm really keen for this to age just a little bit longer. So yeah, if you're planning on getting one of these, let it sit for about 2 weeks before you go for it. Oh, we got some more. That's very helpful. Thank you. I think this is I think it's just unfair these smaller farmers and brewers can't promote their coffee as sustainably. Look, it's sustainably sourced. Yeah, correct. It is. But sustainably sourced, it kind of makes sense though, because if you can't, do you leave it to sit in the fridge or room temp? Hang on, let me just, so it is unfair in that sense of things, and it would be so cool to have like a universally recognized system that has got nothing to do with money. You know, how cool would it be if it's fair traded and you can get that certification without paying? Like, I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty awesome, because it would resolve a lot of issues as to why some products aren't fair trade. And you know, it's the same shit with Cocoa and Cadbury chocolate, how they have their chocolate as fair trade, whereas other places don't. Yeah, even if you work directly with the farmer, it might not work out to be feasible. Okay, do you leave it to sit in the fridge or at room temperature? Okay, so when you have coffee, what you should do is you should leave it in the bag, sealed. Obviously this has already been opened, but if you were purchasing it, leave it in the bag, let it sit, and until it's ready to drink. When it's ready to drink, so whether that's 1 week or 2 weeks, you can always ask the roaster when its prime time is to actually drink it. And they'll usually say anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks after the roast date. Once it's ready to go, you've got a couple of decisions. You can either single dose it out, so literally like I had, getting these tubes and single dosing them out, putting these in the freezer. Or what you can do is if you don't want to store it and you're just, I don't know, you go through it quick or something, you can literally just leave it in the bag and take them out as you need. What's really good about these is you can store them in the freezer, but one of the quickest ways to kill your coffee and to make it, really bad really quickly is to constantly refresh the air that it's exposed to, right? So if you've got coffee in a container and you only open it twice, right? So I open it once, put it in, and then I open it again and I grind it, etc., good to go, no worries. If I open it once, seal it back up with new air, then again, open it, seal it up, open it, seal it up, I'm constantly refreshing the air and it will just oxidize so much quicker and go stale. So yeah, hope that helps. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. My coffee's getting cold now. So I hope this helps. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'll have all of the products linked down below, including this coffee. Might be a little bit late by then, worth checking. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.